The room was quiet except for the sound of machines that never slowed down. I stared at the ceiling, fighting tears, wondering why this battle was still here. The doctors tried their best to explain, but every answer carried pain. I held my fear with trembling hands, trying to trust what I couldn't understand. When my strength was almost gone, I heard you whisper in the dark, by His stripes I am healed. Even when the wound feels real, when the night is long and my faith feels weak, You're still watching over me. By His stripes I am healed. That's the promise I believe. Though I can't see what tomorrow holds, I will stand upon Your word. By His stripes I am healed. Some days the sickness filled my body, some days the battle filled my mind, carrying worries no one could see, trying to leave the hurt behind. There were moments I wanted to give up, moments I couldn't find the light, but You stayed close through every storm, holding me through the night. Every tear that touched the ground was seen by You before it fell. By His stripes I am healed. Even when the wound feels real, when the night is long and my faith feels weak, You're still watching over me. By His stripes I am healed. That's the promise I believe. Though I can't see what tomorrow holds, I will stand upon Your word. By His stripes I am healed. For the mother praying by her child's bedside, for the broken heart trying to survive, for the weary soul just getting by. You are hope when hope feels far away. You are peace in the middle of pain. You are strength when my knees can't stand, and my life is in Your hands. By His stripes I am healed. My heart is resting in Your will. Whether healing comes today or through the years, I know You're walking with me still. By His stripes I am healed. Your love is stronger than what I feel, so I'll keep trusting through every trial. Rest resting in your grace. By his stripes I am healed. So I lay my fears before your throne, knowing I'll never walk alone. Whatever tomorrow may reveal, I'll keep believing. By his stripes I am healed. I still reach for the phone some days just to hear a voice that's gone away. I still walk past that empty chair and for a moment think you're there. People tell me time will heal, but they don't know the way this feels. Some wounds don't show, some scars run deep, and some tears fall when no one sees. Lord, I've carried this pain for so long. Some days I'm barely holding on. God heals the brokenhearted when the world falls all apart. When the tears keep falling down and the silence is so loud, you gather every shattered piece and hold the parts I cannot reach. When I don't know where to start, God heals the brokenhearted.
There were nights I could not sleep, my mind fighting battles endlessly. Questions running through my head, words I wish I could have said. Some mornings I could barely stand, trying to smile, trying to pretend. But you saw every hidden ache, every crack my heart could make.
And even when my faith felt weak, your mercy kept surrounding me. God heals the brokenhearted when the world falls all apart. When the tears keep falling down and the silence is so loud, you gather every shattered piece and hold the parts I cannot reach. When I don't know where to start, God heals the brokenhearted. For every soul that's grieving tonight, for every mother learning to survive, for every child missing someone they love, for every heart that's given up, Lord, walk into these empty rooms. Bring your comfort, bring your truth, remind us we are not alone. Even here you lead us home. You never waste a single tear. You stay beside us through the years. And though the pain may linger on, your healing has already begun. God heals the brokenhearted, that's who you've always been. You meet me in my weakest place and gently pull me in. You gather every shattered piece and teach my heart to breathe again. Though the road is long and hard, God heals the brokenhearted. God heals the brokenhearted when I cannot see the end. You're writing hope into my story again and again. trust the one who sees tomorrow more than I ever can. The wound may not be gone today, but your love is where I'll stay. And little by little, heart to heart, God heals the brokenhearted. God heals the brokenhearted. I sat in the waiting room again today, watching the clock as the minutes slipped away. Another test, another question mark, another battle weighing on my heart. I smiled when they called my name, but deep inside I was afraid, trying to be strong for everyone while feeling like my strength was gone. But when the doctors could only do so much, I remember the power of your touch. Jesus is my great physician, the healer of my soul. When fear tries to take my peace, you remind me I'm not alone. You see every pain I'm carrying, every burden hidden deep within. And when I don't know what tomorrow brings, I place my trust in you again. Jesus is my great physician, and my healing begins with him. Some wounds are hidden from the eyes, the kind no medicine can find. The heartbreak, worry, and regret, the battles I haven't conquered yet. There were nights I cried myself to sleep, praying, Lord, please strengthen me. And in the silence of that room, I felt your presence breaking through. You didn't promise an easy road, but you promised I'd never walk alone. Jesus is my great physician, the healer of my soul. When fear tries to take my peace, you remind me I'm not alone. You see every pain I'm carrying, every burden hidden deep within. And when I don't know what tomorrow brings, I place my trust in you again. Jesus is my great physician, and my healing begins with him. For the one waiting on a miracle, for the one losing hope today, for the one carrying silent pain, for the one struggling to pray, may your healing river flow through every heart and every home. May every weary soul discover they're never facing this alone. You still heal, you still restore, you still open impossible doors. So I'll keep bringing every worry, every fear and every scar to the hands that form the heavens and still know exactly where we are. The diagnosis doesn't write my story. The darkness doesn't get the final word, because Jesus is my great physician, and He's still healing hearts today. Jesus is my great physician, and He'll never walk away. The house was finally quiet tonight, but my mind was still awake. Bills on the table, tears in my eyes, and so many hearts at stake. My mother wasn't feeling well. My child was fighting fears, and I was carrying everyone's pain while hiding my own for years. I stood beside the kitchen sink, staring out into the dark, wondering how much more I could take before I fell apart. Then I remembered where I've always gone when life became too hard. Healing starts with a prayer. When my burdens are too much to bear, when I don't have answers, when I don't know what to do. Healing starts with a prayer. When I place every worry in your care, before the miracle appears, before the breakthrough finds me here. Healing starts with a prayer. The next morning, nothing looked different. The problems were still there. The doctor's call hadn't come yet. The weight was still hard to bear. But something changed inside my heart the moment I called your name. The fear that once controlled my thoughts didn't have the power to stay. You didn't remove the mountain yet, but you gave me strength to climb. And somehow in the middle of the struggle, I found a deeper peace of mind. Because every time I speak to you, hope begins to rise again. Healing starts with a prayer. When my burdens are too much to bear, when I don't us in this place. You hear every whisper, every trembling word, and even the silent prayers you've already heard. You're doing inside me. Healing starts with a prayer. Healing starts with a prayer. Healing starts with a prayer. So tonight I'll kneel before you with nothing left to hide, bringing every wound and burden that I've carried deep inside. And though I may not see the answer, the moment that I pray, I know the God who holds my future is already making a way. Healing starts with a prayer. Healing starts with a prayer. And that's where I'll begin today. I remember that season of my life when every day felt harder than the last. I carried a smile for everyone around me, but inside I was breaking fast. The fear would wake me before the sunrise and follow me through the day. I kept asking God the same question: why won't this pain go away? Friends would tell me to stay strong, but strength was hard to find. I was fighting battles in my body and wars inside my mind. Then one night, with tears in my eyes, I opened my Bible and began to read. He sent His word and healed me when I felt too weak to stand. He sent His word and healed me when life slipped through my hands, when fear was louder than my faith and sorrow filled my heart. His promises became the light that guided through the dark. He sent His word and healed me, and His truth is healing me still. The circumstances didn't change overnight. The mountain didn't suddenly move, but every promise I held on to reminded me I had nothing to prove. I learned that healing isn't always instant. Sometimes it comes one day at a time, One prayer, one step, one breath of mercy, one reminder that God is kind. His word became my daily bread, my comfort when I cried, a steady anchor for my soul when waves were rising high. And every verse became a lifeline, pulling me closer to His peace. He sent His word and healed me when I felt too weak to stand. He sent His word and healed me when life slipped through my hands, when fear was louder than my faith and sorrow filled my heart. His promises became the light that guided through the dark. He sent His word and healed me, and His truth is healing me still. For the one searching for answers tonight, for the one who feels forgotten, for the one carrying silent pain, for the one whose hope feels broken, may His promises find you right where you are. May His voice speak louder than every scar when the world says give up. May His truth remind you that His love has never left you, and His grace will carry you through. He sent His word and healed me when my heart was filled with doubt. He sent His word and healed me when I couldn't find a way out. His promises became my shelter, His mercy became my song, and even in the waiting season, He was with me all along. He sent His word and healed me, and He is healing me today. So I'll keep opening these pages and trusting every word you say, because the voice that spoke creation still speaks life today. And when fear comes knocking at my door, I'll remember what you've shown me. You sent your word and healed me. You sent your word and healed me, and your word still heals me now. I counted days by doctor's visits and measured time by how I felt. Some mornings I could barely stand, some nights I cried for help. The mirror showed a weary face I hardly recognized. I kept asking God for answers as fear filled up my mind. People said just keep believing, but some days faith came hard when the mountain stood before me and healing felt so far. Yet even in my weakest moments, You never left my side. The Lord is my strength and my healer when my body feels worn down. hiding all my pain, trying hard to stay courageous through the struggle and the strain. But you saw every silent battle, every prayer I couldn't speak. You knew the weight I carried when I felt too tired to breathe. You reminded me I'm more than the illness that I face. And every day you showed me the power of your grace. When my heart felt overwhelmed, your peace became my refuge. The Lord is my strength and my healer. When my body feels worn down, the Lord is my strength and my healer. When fear tries to pull me down, when I don't have the power to face another day, you carry me through the valley and help me find my way. The Lord is my strength and my healer. For the one waiting on answers, for the one fighting through pain, for the one growing weary after praying day after day. He sees your tears, he knows your fears, and he has been beside you through every passing year. You are not alone. The Lord is my strength and my healer. When I feel I have nothing left, the Lord is my strength and my healer. When I'm struggling for breath, even if the journey takes longer than I planned, I know the one who walks beside me still holds me in his hands. The Lord is my strength and my healer, my hope through every storm. So I'll keep trusting in your goodness, even when I cannot see the miracle I'm praying for is safely held by thee. Whether healing comes in moments or slowly over years, I'll keep resting in your promise and bringing you my fears. Because the Lord is my strength and my healer, and he will never let me go. The doctor said we'd have to wait, and waiting felt impossible. Every day I searched for signs that things were getting better. I watched my family worry too, trying hard to hide their fear. And every night when I was alone, the questions would appear. Lord, how much longer must I walk this road I didn't choose? much longer will my heart carry these heavy blues? Then in the silence of my prayer, I felt your gentle voice. Healing is God's promise, and His promises remain, even when the storm is raging, even when I'm standing in the rain. Healing is God's promise, His love never changes. Though the mountain stands before me, His faithfulness remains. I may not see the answer yet, but hope is rising in me. Healing is God's promise, and His promise still stands. I thought that healing meant everything would change overnight, but you began restoring pieces hidden deep inside. You healed the fear that stole my peace. You healed the doubt within. You taught my weary heart how to trust your plans again. And while my body searched for strength, my soul was learning too that every step of this journey was drawing me closer to you. You have never broken one word of all you've spoken before. Healing is God's promise, and His promises remain, even when the storm is raging, even when I'm standing in the rain. Healing is God's promise, His love never changes. Though the mountain stands before me, His faithfulness remains. I may not see the answer yet, but hope is rising in me. Healing is God's promise, and His promise still stands. For the one who almost gave up, for the one who's tired of waiting, for the one whose faith feels fragile, for the one whose heart is breaking, hold on just a little longer. The story isn't over yet. God is working in the silence, even when we can't see it. The same God who parts the waters, the same God who calms the sea, is still writing beautiful chapters in lives like yours and mine. Healing is God's promise, and His promises remain through every tear and every battle, through every loss and every pain. Healing is God's promise, His mercy never fails. Though the night may feel so endless, His love will prevail. I may be walking through the valley, but I know who walks with me. Healing is God's promise, and His promise is for me. Healing is God's promise, and His promise is for me. So I'll keep trusting in tomorrow, because you're already there. I'll keep placing every burden into your loving care. And when fear comes knocking at at my door, I'll remember what you've shown me. Healing is God's promise. Healing is God's promise, and your promises never fail. I smiled at everyone today and said that I was doing fine, but deep inside I felt exhausted from fighting battles in my mind. The world kept moving all around me while I was barely hanging on, trying to find the strength to keep going, when all my hope felt gone. Then in the middle of my brokenness, I heard your gentle voice. The Lord restores my soul when I am weary and worn, when my heart feels lost and lonely and I can't carry on. The Lord restores my soul when my strength disappears. He meets me in the silence and calms my deepest fears. The Lord restores my soul. There were nights I couldn't sleep, thinking about all that went wrong. The pain I'd carried for so long still followed me along, but you never stopped pursuing me, even when I pulled away. Your mercy kept on finding me day after day. For the one battling anxiety, for the one carrying hidden pain, for the one who feels forgotten or overwhelmed by life again. You don't have to carry everything. You don't have to walk alone. The one who knows your every wound is leading you back home. The Lord restores my soul when the road is hard to face. When tears fall without warning, I find shelter in His grace. The Lord restores my soul when my heart begins to heal. He reminds me who I am and teaches me to feel again. The Lord restores my soul. When tomorrow feels uncertain and my worries start to grow, I remember there's a shepherd walking every road I go. The Lord restores my soul. The Lord restores my soul, and He is restoring me even now. hardest part wasn't the breaking. It was learning how to begin again. After all the tears had fallen and the silence settled in, everyone thought I was getting better because I smiled when they asked. But healing isn't always visible. Sometimes it takes time to last. Then you met me in the middle of all the pieces I couldn't mend. God's love is my recovery when my strength is running low. God's love is my recovery when I don't know where to go. When my heart is still healing and the road feels long to me, His love becomes the shelter that's carrying me. Some scars heal one day at a time, but every morning brings new mercy. You taught me not to rush the process and to trust what I cannot see. The heart that once was shattered is learning how to trust again. The girl who once felt hopeless is learning how to dream again. For the one recovering from heartbreak, for the one recovering from loss, for the one afraid to start again after carrying a heavy cross. You are not your deepest pain, you are not what happened to you. His love is writing a new story, and His grace will see you through. God's love is my recovery when the tears still find my eyes. God's love is my recovery when I don't understand why. His love lifts me from the ashes, His love helps me breathe again. His love reminds me every morning this is not the end. God's love is my recovery, and His love is restoring me. What once felt like the ending has become my testimony. God's love is my recovery, and His love is making me whole again. There was a time I barely recognized the woman staring back at me. So much hurt behind my eyes, so many wounds nobody could see. I carried disappointment like a weight upon my chest, trying to keep moving forward while my soul needed rest. I had questions without answers and prayers that seemed delayed. I wondered if the pieces of my life could ever be remade. But you never stopped working, even when I couldn't see. I am restored by His grace, held together by His love. When I was weak and broken, He never gave up. I am restored by His grace. Though I've walked through pain and loss, His mercy found me in the valley and carried me through it all. I am restored by His grace, and I'm becoming whole again. Looking back, I see your fingerprints on every road I've traveled, the doors you closed to protect me, the knots you slowly unraveled. You healed places deep within me that I didn't know were there. The fear, the shame, the sorrow, the burdens I couldn't bear. And though the scars still tell a story, they're no longer where I live, because your grace has taught my heart how to trust and forgive. And every step of this journey has brought me closer to you. I am restored by His grace, held together by His love. When I was weak and broken, He never gave up. I am restored by His grace. Though I've walked through pain and loss, His mercy found me in the valley and carried me through it all. I am restored by His grace, and I'm becoming whole again. For the one rebuilding their life, for the one recovering from loss, for the one learning to trust again after carrying such a heavy cross, for the one who feels behind, for the one afraid to start anew. May the God of all grace remind you, He is not finished with you. Your story is still being written, your best chapter may still come. The same hands that form the mountains are still shaping who you'll become. Faithful every time I would fall. I am restored by His grace, and His goodness leads me on. What the enemy meant for harm, God has turned into a song. I am restored by His grace, and my hope is rising again. I am restored by His grace, and my heart is alive again. So I'll thank you for the healing, both the seen and unseen. for every prayer you answered and every place you've carried me. The road was long, but you were faithful every mile.